I suggest maybe you get an attorney.
She is an attorney, Your Honor.
Well, that's even more alarming. Ma'am, I remember everything I do. Do not try to address me that way. I will have a memory that will throw you in circles. So don't come at me like that. Because if you come at me like that, you're going to get hurt.
This courtroom has descended into absolute chaos, and Judge Simpson finds himself trapped as the unwilling ringmaster of this three-ring circus, because you have this woman striding in as though she is a legitimate attorney, boasting about her law school background, yet the only skill she has truly perfected is the art of wasting everyone's valuable time. I simply cannot believe she is out here misfiling documents, changing fonts as if it is some elaborate prank, and then playing dumb when she is confronted about it, transforming what should have been a straightforward eviction into a 3-month-long nightmare of pure disorder, and I find myself questioning why the court even tolerates such behavior in the first place. So, the real question is, at what point do you finally put an end to the circus and drop the hammer on this nonsense? Share your takes in the comments, and let's go ahead and dive into the footage to see how this all plays out.
RNJ Group, or is that what it's supposed to be? $J Group Holdings versus Azar, is it Sadeghi Stanfield and Gazal Stanfield.
Ready, Your Honor. Good morning. Anthony Mamina appearing on behalf of plaintiff RNJ Group Holdings, LLC.
You got either party here.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Azar Staffeld.
All right. And this is a termination?
Yes, post-lease term termination. We're not seeking to terminate for non-payment, Your Honor, just because the lease has in fact terminated.
The lease has expired.
Yes.
All right, ma'am. What's your position on that? They're seeking to terminate your tenancy. Your lease has expired.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is not a landlord-tenant case, Your Honor. This is the owner of record versus the real owners of property, which are us.
Pardon?
And yeah, we are the real owners of the property. This property was wrongfully foreclosed. This property, I petitioned for a stay because our case against Wells Fargo is pending in federal court, and we want Your Honor to issue the stay because we also notified Mr. Mamina that it's in fact them that are violating their contract, because this was not a tenancy. This was a lease with option to buy. We have been notifying them that we are ready to purchase the property since it has been 2 liens gone on the property. Our mortgage is ready, our down payment is ready, and then they cannot remove the liens, Your Honor. And the liens are one from Ann Arbor Township. So unless R&J Group remove the lien, we cannot proceed with our mortgage to purchase the property. And this was our plan B to begin with. Our plan A is our case pending in federal court for wrongful foreclosure. So I want to petition for a stay before this honorable court.
Well, I'm not going to grant a stay if that's what you're asking for. However, you say there's an action that's pending in federal court?
Correct.
Counsel, you know anything about that?
No, as a matter of fact, I do know something about that, Your Honor. What they're claiming is that there was a foreclosure started by Wells Fargo, and Wells Fargo failed to honor. They're claiming, we don't believe that's the case, and the pleadings bear that out, failed to do the necessary post-default workout as required by some of the COVID statutes relating to defaults and mortgage defaults. It has nothing to do with us. We are not a party to that suit. We haven't been served with it. As a matter of fact, I've been advised by your office or the clerk in the court that Ms. Staffeld, who incidentally is a Juris Doctorate, as I'm told by her, and a PhD and other advanced degrees, So she's not uninformed here, Your Honor. This is in fact a lease with an option to purchase. That's it. It is what it is, and I provided a copy. It's not. She does not own the property. My client is the record owner of the property. We agreed to lease it back to her. She was the former owner. She lost it in the foreclosure, which is the subject of the federal action that involves Wells Fargo, not my client in any regard.
Oh, hold on a second. So,
Go get the Wells Fargo from the bank.
hold on. So that I'm trying to follow this. Wells Fargo foreclosed on the defendants in this case.
Correct.
Your client is the purchaser from that foreclosure?
Yes, Your Honor.
And she's challenging the foreclosure in federal court. All right, here's what I'm going to do, folks. I'm going to adjourn this out 1 week to the 28th, 2025 at 1 p.m. At 3 p.m., excuse me. Ma'am, you are to file an answer to this complaint along with information regarding the federal lawsuit.
She is actually attempting to secure a stay, which means she is asking the judge to pause the eviction proceedings. But here is what truly blows my mind. She does not even own the property anymore, as she lost it in foreclosure, and it is essentially like showing up to someone else's home and demanding they stop locking you out, which makes no logical sense. I experienced serious secondhand embarrassment just watching this because deep down she knows it is over, yet she continues trying to manipulate the system purely to drag things out. And while I have seen judges tolerate a great deal, this type of maneuvering always pushes their patience to the absolute breaking point, since once a foreclosure is finalized, the property is legally no longer yours. The most absurd part is that she is filing motions and changing fonts as though those tactics will magically reset the entire case, and honestly, I think she has simply become addicted to the chaos at this stage, because the judge is not even the villain here. He is just trying to bring a 3-month-long soap opera to a close that should have been resolved within a single week.
I understand that plaintiffs in this case aren't a party to that, but I'd like to at least take a look at that before issuing any ruling on this case. So you'll need to file an answer. It should include not only references to that federal lawsuit, but I'd like a copy of the complaint and answer also on that.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Can you extend that 1 week to 2 weeks?
Do you have any objection to that, counsel?
I certainly do, Your Honor, but of course.
Okay, then I'll do what the state. We'll go 1 week out, folks.
Thank you so much,
28th,
Your Honor.
3 p.m.
Thank you, Judge.
you.
Have a nice day.
Our $J Group Holdings versus Azar Segdahi Safel. Okay. So, what was that?
Ready, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
And where are we on this?
May I pass to the bailiff to hand this to the...
What is it?
This is the petition for joinder before federal court we filed, Your Honor.
The petition for joinder?
Yes. We amended the complaint and we added R&J holding to our federal complaint in U.S. court.
No. Have you seen that?
I have not, Your Honor.
Well, you can't just give me things and expect the court to take them without showing opposing counsel.
Okay, I have a copy for him. He refused to accept it.
Your Honor, she hasn't tendered it to me. Also, for what it's worth, yesterday at about 11 o'clock in the morning, the defendant served upon my office a ream of pleadings, responses, motions to stay, motions to dismiss, and so on. And I did my best.
For what case? For this one?
For this case. We're not a part of that federal case, and she is doing the classic attempting to turn this into a federal case, when in fact it's just a summary proceedings action, Your Honor.
Absolutely not, sir.
And I did
No, you
also give her copies of everything I filed by overnight mail and today. I handed it to her a while ago and she gave it back to me. I'm not going to fight over it, but they served me with a series of motions. I had to
I
respond.
don't have any motions.
No.
Yes, Your Honor, the package in front of you has a motion to dismiss, has petition for a stay, has answer to the complaint. and
Okay,
has a
you filed
counter
these
complaint.
today? Yeah.
No,
today.
we filed it yesterday, Your Honor. You only gave us a week to answer. Remember, Your Honor?
Your Honor, you gave her.
Oh, ma'am, I remember everything I do. Do not try to address me that way. I will have a memory that will throw you in circles. So don't come at me like that. Because if you come at me like that, you're going to get hurt.
I respect.
Counsel, what were you saying?
Your Honor, I was saying that as I recall, and I wouldn't challenge your memory, you may as well, when we were appeared and she asked for the opportunity to present some reference to this federal case, you
Yes.
said, we're going to adjourn this till next Friday at 3, and you can deliver to me a copy of that federal case so that I can look at it.
Right.
Not file a whole host of other pleadings and other matters at the last minute. I mean, that was tough for me to handle, but I got it out, Judge.
Well,
A copy of federal pleadings is part of that package that was hand-delivered to this gentleman and to the court, Your Honor.
This woman is genuinely attempting to transform a routine eviction into a full-blown federal case. And I have to say, I have witnessed some truly outrageous courtroom tactics over time. But this one definitely takes the prize because she knows exactly what she's doing. It is pure, calculated stalling, and you can see it written all over her face. She's not confused at all, just methodically planning her next move. She even starts complaining that Judge Simpson only gave her a week to respond, which is absolutely ridiculous when you consider she has already dragged this case out for months. And I absolutely loved the moment when Judge Simpson fired back, telling her he could throw her in circles and not to come at him like that, because you could just tell he had officially reached his limit. And honestly, I was right there with him. If I were sitting on that bench, I would be equally done with her. Nonsense. Judges often catch a lot of criticism, but in this instance, Judge Simpson handled everything perfectly, remaining calm, sharp, and fully in control. And at this point, the issue is no longer even about justice. It is about patience, and she is rapidly exhausting everyone else's.
We have nothing to do with that federal case, Your Honor, at this point.
Thank
She has a
you.
case against Wells Fargo, who was a prior mortgagee in the case. We have nothing to do with it whatsoever. We're the deed holder of the property.
there's also been a parties added.
Which they counterclaimed against us yesterday at 11 o'clock in the morning and filed several motions. No parties have been added to this case, but she says she wants to add us to that federal case, and I
Well, the
encourage.
caption is changed.
Correct.
Can't just change the caption.
Well, we haven't been served, and I got the document.
Counsel, I get it. I'm just saying, this caption that I have on your documents is not the caption of this case.
I'm sorry?
The caption here, who is Carl Stafford?
Carl Stafford is here. He's my.
I don't care if he's here. He wasn't a party to this case, was he?
No,
It says all residents of the house, and he's the resident of the house.
You can't just change the caption.
What do you suggest I do, Your Honor?
You don't want to hear that. I suggest maybe you get an attorney because I just don't.
she is an attorney, Your Honor.
Well, that's even more alarming. I don't even know what to do with this because the caption has changed, right?
Yes.
You served motions, and apparently there's a counter complaint that the other side or whoever was supposed to add doesn't have an opportunity to answer. I don't even know if there's been a summons issued for these other parties.
Yes, there has.
Are you an attorney?
I'm not a bar license holder attorney. I went to law school.
Counsel, you filed an amended complaint, correct?
I did, Your Honor.
All right.
We have not received that.
I gave it to her.
No, we have not received, sir.
I gave you the packet and you gave it back. to me.
When was that,
Just
sir?
now, I gave it to
You
your
gave it
husband.
to me
You
now.
want to have your own darn conversation. You can do it outside. You don't need me here.
I
I'm not going to be a third wheel on a date in my courtroom.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, very sorry. I did give her all of those pleadings and the amended complaint in a white envelope, which she
Did he-
handed back.
Did he give you an envelope and then you give it back?
Yes, because
Why?
because I tried to give him the joinder and he gave it back.
She never handed it
This is
anything.
like, this is like kindergarten. I'm going to accept the first amended complaint, counsel. You can serve it on her in whatever way you wish in terms of either you can do it by email or you can serve it by first class mail. If she won't take it, she won't take it. What you filed, which starts out entitled plaintiff's defendant's answer to the counter, you're going to have to refile this. I'm striking this pleading. You can't just change a caption. Well, guess we're done. And so I'll give you a week to get that out. I realize it delays the proceedings, but I don't think I can do anything else because I don't know why these parties are running around in this case that you just added to this as the petition to stay is filed on this is crazy. You're gonna have to start over. I'm striking all of that you
Okay.
filed, and you're gonna have to just do it right. I'll take yours, you serve it, they'll have to answer, and then we'll go from there. I don't know that putting it out to next week is gonna do us any good, so I'm gonna put it out to the 14th.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask the court if it may. She hasn't paid rent. They haven't paid rent since November. The rent for November, December, and January is $5,000 a month. And the rent for February and March is $5,500 a month. I would ask that you ask them to escrow.
What is the current monthly amount of rent?
It's, there's a holdover provision, but we'll accept the normal rent, Your Honor.
About 5,000?
5,000 for.
I'm gonna order escrow.
Escrow, we would pay it in escrow, Your Honor, but not to them because they have to sell the property to us.
I'm gonna order that you pay escrow to the court in the amount of $5,000. I'm not gonna do a proration back to the original. You'll start that March 1st. It needs to be paid within 7 days of the date of my order, and then needs to be paid each month while this matter is pending. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please
Thank you, Your Honor.
Order to that effect. I will
So
adjourn this.
February rent and March rent?
I can only have March rent.
March.
I could prorate a day February, but I'm
It's
not.
not necessary. We'll accept the,
March 14th, 2025 at 1 p.m. I feel it cold coming. 1 p.m.
Your Honor. Have a nice weekend.
Yeah, I will now. All right. Now give it. Yeah, give it because Ann.
Can I take it?
Can you what?
Could we submit the joinder or no?
You may, if it is in proper form, submit it anything that you like, but not to me.
Okay,
You can file it with the clerk's office once the file gets up there.
by all means.
Just don't. Just don't. Just
Are we dismissed, Your Honor?
bye. Yes.
Thanks, Judge.
The moment I spot someone shuffling papers around on the table, I already know exactly what is coming next. They are completely lost and desperately trying to project an image of competence, because I have seen that same act play out far too many times, that classic sovereign citizen routine where blind confidence is used as a substitute for actual logic. When she claimed she was not a barred lawyer but had attended law school, I could not help but laugh. Because honestly, lady, attending one day of law school 60 years ago in another country does not constitute a degree. That is more like a vacation than a legal education, and I genuinely feel sorry for judges like Simpson who have to endure this kind of circus while maintaining a completely straight face. It is truly wild to me that the court is obligated to treat these claims with seriousness, even when everyone in the room knows it is just a transparent delaying tactic, and I personally believe it is time for the system to start drawing a much harder line against people who weaponize confusion in order to obstruct justice. But what do you all think? Should everyone be entitled to their day in court regardless of how ridiculous it gets? Or should there be a limit when the behavior becomes this absurd? Thank you so much for watching, and take care.